Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video and pretty much give a channel update because I know I haven't been active for a long time now, but I've decided to start making some new content for the channel again. And I wanted to provide some details on what type of content you can expect to see. However, before I get into that, I thought I should give some background about myself to hopefully explain why I'm taking the direction that I'm taking and why it makes sense for me. So for a very long time, I've been an Xbox gamer. However, I've always owned all of the major consoles from Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, so that I always had access to any exclusives. But since the introduction of the Xbox 360 back in 2005, Xbox had been my go to platform of choice for any third party cross platform games. The Xbox 360 also introduced achievements and a gamer score system, which for a very long time would go unrivaled until the introduction of trophies on Sony's PS3. And part of the reason why the Xbox would be my main platform of choice for so long was because of achievements. That feeling of completing a game and achieving every milestone put forth by the game's developers has been a favorite of mine for a very long time now. Even when Sony managed to implement their own version of it, it was difficult for me to want to leave behind all of the progress I had made on Xbox to start from scratch on PlayStation. Fast forward to 2019 with the unveiling of the PS5, and I made the decision to switch over to PlayStation as my console of choice. Now, I'm not going to get into why, since it's really not important for the context of this video, but to summarize the reasoning, I'll just say that the lifespan of the Xbox One was pretty underwhelming to me in comparison to that of the PS4. Plus, when analyzing both pieces of next gen hardware and the upcoming exclusive titles that will be dropping for them, I came to the conclusion that it was time for a change. And with that change meant that I would be starting from scratch. So in late 2018, I got my first ever platinum trophy, and at the start of the following year, I decided I would go ahead and start gaming primarily on PlayStation. Since then, I haven't looked back, having amassed a total of 57 platinum trophies in that time. Now, I love gaming, and because most of my gaming tends to center around completing the games that I play, I've decided to make content for this channel documenting some of those experiences. So if you're a fan of trophy or achievement hunting, definitely stay tuned. I plan on being a lot more active on the channel, with the bulk of the content being centered around trophy hunting. But even if you're not invested in platinum in games, I'd still recommend to tune in if you're ever curious about what's required for completing some of these trophy lists. All right. And another thing I wanted to mention, most of my gaming happens off screen, and I don't really have the most ideal setup to live stream my play sessions consistently. But if you're a fan of me and what I do, feel free to follow me on my Twitch link below if you ever want to see me grind out some of these trophies whenever I'm live. So with all that being said, I hope you guys stick around. I'm still going to try to make these videos as fun and as entertaining as possible, like I always do. So as always, my name is WalkingSaint. Peace.